Hey guys, it's Shane here and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another photography basics video for you, asking the question, what exactly is white balance? So white balance is not a massive topic, so this video is going to be pretty short, but hopefully this will help you understand exactly what it is. So white balance refers to the way in which your camera receives light, more specifically the tone or color in which it receives the light. Our eyes naturally balance light to make everything appear neutral so that there's no specific tone of color. And the white balance settings on our camera will aim to do the same thing, to make everything appear as white light. So what is white light? An example of this is the direct light that comes from the sun. Without going into too much detail, this is where all colors of the light spectrum appear in equal amounts and therefore our eyes don't pick up on any specific colors. To understand what white balance is, we'll first need to look at what color temperature is. You may have heard light mentioned as either warm or cool. This refers to the color of the light source of which you're using. A warmer light source may appear more orange or yellow, whereas a cooler temperature will appear more blue. So color temperature is measured in Kelvin, also abbreviated to K. It starts at 1000 Kelvin, which is like looking at a lit candle. It's very bright and orange and warm. Whereas on the other end of the scale at 10,000 Kelvin, not something we see too often here in the UK, but it's like looking at a clear blue sky. Somewhere in the middle of this Kelvin scale is where you'll find white light, and this is ideally what your camera will try and replicate. Along with color temperature that ranges from warm to cool, there is another scale known as tint. This scale ranges from green to magenta and is quite common in editing software. However, it's not usually an issue under natural light, but something that's created under artificial lights. If you're using a DSLR or mirrorless camera, you're more than likely to have some settings under white balance that caters to specific light sources which you're using. You might have a preset option for the white balance that caters to direct sunlight or specific kinds of light bulbs like an incandescent light bulb or a fluorescent light bulb. The best way to figure out what these settings do is to experiment with different light sources that emits different colors of light. Alternatively, you may also have a manual setting that ranges from 1 to 10,000 Kelvin. And if you have a proper understanding of white balance, you can easily balance using this setting. And of course, you've got the auto setting, which I'll admit and put my hands up and say that I use most of the time. I feel like the camera settings are good enough to pick up on what type of light source I'm using. It is important to say that inevitably mistakes do happen, but luckily white balance is probably one of the most easily fixable things, unless you've got it completely wrong and your images are either fully orange or fully blue. Then you're probably going to have to retake those images. But most mistakes to do with white balance can be easily fixable through editing software like Lightroom or even on the in-app cameras, where at least you've got the scale to change the tone or tint. In most scenarios, auto white balance will be perfectly fine. Well, that's it for this short video. I hope I was able to explain a little bit more about what white balance is. Hopefully, if you're coming out with blue or orange images, this video will help to explain why. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe for more photography videos and tutorials, and I will see you in the next video.